Welcome to Kid Crafted Chronicles, the podcast where young imaginations take the spotlight. In this enchanting audio journey, the storytelling power is in the hands of our creative listeners. Kids like you send us their fantastic story ideas, and we turn them into thrilling episodes. Fasten your seatbelt because the adventures are about to begin. Inspired by the heartwarming story of 10-year-old Brooklyn from Manitoba, Canada, the Sign Language Symphony transports us to the vibrant musical kingdom of Harmonia. In this enchanting tale, we follow the journey of Melody, a young girl who, like Brooklyn, possesses a unique gift and discovers the power of communication beyond sound. Through Melody's adventures, we learn valuable lessons about inclusion, acceptance, and the beauty of embracing diversity. Join us as we embark on a whimsical journey filled with music, friendship, and the magic of sign language. In the vibrant musical kingdom of Harmonia, where every conversation was sung and melodies filled the air, there lived a young girl named Melody. Despite the joyful tunes that surrounded her, Melody felt a deep sense of isolation. You see, Melody was deaf, and while she could feel the vibrations of the music, she couldn't hear the beautiful melodies like everyone else. But Melody had a special gift. She knew sign language. She had learned it from her parents, who had taught her to communicate with her hands and express herself in ways that didn't rely on sound. Yet, despite her proficiency, Melody often felt like an outsider in the kingdom where music was the primary form of communication. One day, while wandering through the bustling streets of Harmonia, Melody stumbled upon a group of travelers who were passing through. To her amazement, they were communicating with each other through sign language. Their hands danced gracefully through the air as they conversed. Excitedly, Melody approached them, feeling a rush of joy at finally meeting others who shared her mode of communication. The travelers welcomed Melody with open arms, and she quickly became fast friends with them. Among them were Harmony, a mischievous flute player with a twinkle in her eye, and Rhythm, a kind-hearted drummer who always had a smile on his face. Together, they formed a tight-knit group, united by their love for sign language and their shared experiences as outsiders in a kingdom where music was paramount. As they spent time together, Melody and her friends explored the rich and expressive world of sign language, teaching each other new signs and sharing stories through gestures and movements. They discovered that sign language was not just a means of communication, but a form of art, capable of conveying emotions and ideas in ways that words alone could not. Inspired by their shared love for sign language, Melody and her friends came up with a bold idea. They would create a sign language symphony, a performance where each movement and gesture would tell a story, combining the beauty of sign language with the power of music. But here was the challenge. How could they compose music when Melody couldn't hear it? They turned to the vibrations of the music. Melody and her friends would place their hands on various instruments, feeling the vibrations resonate through their bodies. They used these vibrations to gauge the rhythm and melody, translating them into sign language movements that danced in harmony with the music. They worked tirelessly to bring their vision to life, collaborating closely to compose the symphony and choreographing every movement with care and precision. The vibrations became their guide, leading them to create a symphony that was not only beautiful to hear, but also mesmerizing to watch. As the day of the performance drew near, anticipation filled the air. The kingdom buzzed with excitement, and word of the sign language symphony spread far and wide. People from all corners of Harmonia clamored for tickets, eager to witness this groundbreaking performance. On the day of the performance, the grand amphitheater was packed with eager spectators. The room was hushed as Melody stepped onto the stage, her hands poised and ready for communication. In the silence, she introduced herself through sign language, her movements fluid and graceful. Though most of the audience didn't understand sign language, they could see the passion and conviction in Melody's gestures, and they were captivated by her presence. As the performance began, soft music filled the air, setting the stage for the symphony to come. Melody and her friends moved gracefully across the stage, their hands weaving intricate patterns in the air. Each movement was deliberate, each gesture filled with meaning. As the symphony progressed, the mood shifted, the music growing louder and more intense. Melody and her friends danced across the stage, their movements fluid and expressive. They told a story of friendship, of acceptance, and of the power of sign language to bridge the gap between different worlds. The audience watched them in awe, their eyes glued to the stage as the symphony unfolded before them. They were mesmerized by the beauty and emotion conveyed through sign language, moved by the heartfelt performances of Melody and her friends. As the final notes of the symphony rang out, the kingdom erupted into thunderous applause. Melody and her friends were hailed as heroes, their sign language symphony hailed as a triumph of creativity and innovation. But the impact of the performance went beyond just entertainment. As the audience watched Melody and her friends express themselves through sign language, they were inspired to learn more about this unique form of communication. They realized that sign language was not just for the deaf, but a language that everyone could learn and appreciate. In the days and weeks that followed, sign language classes sprung up across the kingdom. People of all ages were eager to learn this beautiful and expressive language. And, as they learned, they gained a newfound appreciation for the richness of communication in all its forms, embracing diversity and fostering harmony in their community. As for Melody and her friends, they continued to share their love for sign language, performing their symphony in towns and villages across the kingdom. And wherever they went, they spread a message of inclusion and acceptance, proving that communication comes in many forms and that diversity enriches us all. My name is Ben Moody, and I thank you for joining us on another magical journey through Kid-Crafted Chronicles. If you've been inspired by the wonderful stories spun by our young storytellers and want to submit your own idea for a story, we'd love to hear from you. Follow us on social media or visit our website at kidcraftedchronicles.com to share your imaginative ideas and join our creative community. Your story may be written and featured on a future episode. Together, we will keep the storytelling wonder alive.